the three cards that are talking about what's going on. And it seems like that is my interpretation. Okay, guys, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, for me, they are the others in the marriage. But I mean by that, if we were thinking that it was an affair in general terms and something was wrong, here it is the King of Pentacles for me. Of course, I'm sorry, let me tell you this thing. You have to see the other video in order to understand this kind of the continuing of that. But here's the King of Pentacles. For me, he is the husband of the female lover, and the Queen of Swords for me is the woman, the wife of the male lover. Okay, and what I see here is a lack of justice and a lot of imbalance in a situation that affects those two people, and some way I believe they don't know anything about, because they look like different in all they're, I don't know, it's like they are in with another thoughts. So, but it doesn't mean that there is justice, because the King of Pentacles look like a good provider for home, but maybe too much into the work if it goes to extremes, because again, there's a lack of balance. Could be the situation is not fair for anybody, or maybe those are too affected to the extreme of these signs, like the King of Pentacles, when it is a great provider and a hard worker, but sometimes is unbalanced, just it becomes workaholic, and that is not good. The same case is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is so assertive, is so smart, is righteous, and is fair. But the problem is, like, sometimes if she's in balance, she becomes a very cold person. Like, where is your heart? I'm not saying those are excuses for the lovers to do or to have that relationships outside the marriage, but it could be something to take in consideration, okay? But here underneath, what we have is like everything started like wanted to live an adventure, let's say that, but that adventure become very tumultuous, become scary, became that adventure. You know, grace is like temperance and it's reverse. But if you see, this cat has been walking a long way. Now it's like, how the heck I'm going to get out of this mess, because he's overwhelmed. That person could lose everything, even his own life. And everything started with a little bit of flirting here and there. And it seems like that situation has been creating a lot of isolation, like not being seen publicly, like kind of a slave of that game. And it reached a point that it was too toxic. This is your environment. This is your circumstances, what surrounds you. So it's like you became those lovers became a slave of being darkness, not with other friends, not sharing those things, because the nature of the actions. There is no commitment here. No one's want to love or marry each other. It's just that what started as an adventure became too complicated, and now they're trying to get out of the situation. And here is the approach. The approach is kind of, this is a reminder that there are rules that it has to be followed, not broken. Follow and there isn't a structure in every situation, in your marriage, in a friendship. There are rules, and it also talks about authority. Seems to me, okay, that, well, it's interesting because each one is looking different directions. Seems to me that one person is going to move out of the scene. Someone is going to understand their rules. Doesn't mean that I have to obey them if I leave. So someone is going to decide just to get out of the scene. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you better, but I believe someone may have talked to him, someone that he over him, someone with more power, could be a boss, could be someone stronger than him, wiser than him, and more powerful than him, told him, there are rules, you better go now. And I believe so. But doesn't, no matter if you are fixing that and someone is finally getting out of the scene, sorrows are here. And sorrows again about heartbreaking situation here. Because maybe the lovers enjoy very much the situation is painful, but also the other ones are satisfied because everything is finished. But never mind, it's painful. And here we have justice, the wisdom of Solomon. And for me, when I think about that, I think about the different ways God has to apply justice. The way for God, they are not always. He works in mysterious ways, and he's going to apply justice to the situation. But we'll see. We'll see how the bottom of the decks tell us. Here we have that, remember, the emperor, someone with a lot of power, with a lot of wisdom, is going to maybe give the order, the advice, or is going to impose himself, his will over this one, and is going to tell him, get out of this situation. But it's not bad, but it seems that it's a decision that is already taken. Nobody wanted to say it, nobody wanted to make that decision, but the fact is that decision is already made, and is uncomfortable, but the best. And here we have how the situation get out of control, becoming toxic, and walking all the time in darkness without socializing with anybody. And there was no pleasurable anymore. And it seems to me like here is the sun reverse. It's like when you have a lot of sun, you get burned. Well, that's what is happened here. They were playing, I think I said that in my last video. They were getting with fire and they got burned. That's the situation. And that's why it was imposed that someone has to get out. I don't know if it was I don't believe it was, perhaps yes, I don't know, but it could be because a personal boss, the personal figure, or could be from divine. But the thing is like, it's time to move forward. It's just time to close the chapter for the best of all. And here we have how a simple adventure become a nightmare, an imbalance, like when you feel this and you want to vomit and you feel overwhelmed, but you don't know how to do. You just panic in that moment. And the bottom of the desk is telling you it's time for you to really ground yourself, to come back to your roots, your foundations. You are a warm human being. That is not your element. You are not this. It's time to come back. And it also, that just come to my mind, it may be, because it is an earth kitten, that is like the page of pentacles. It may happen too that some message from work made this situation ups and down, kind of in a turning point to finished. Something that is good, although it breaks a couple. There were a couple of lovers without no intention to get together as a union. There was not a love, it's passion, was like this, but not really to reestablish my life. They already had their own lives. And here comes, like I said, is an imbalance, is unfairness with those two people that, yeah, they made this situation, made creating them to refuge in work and to be, a little bit, I wouldn't say nasty, but like cold in the treatment to the other. But what it says here is that we're going to find the pitch of one is telling us that it's going to be a message. And again, I'm just thinking about that could be, because it's a message that looks like an opportunity, a chance, something that is going to light on the bulb, like it is going to give an idea, or maybe it's just a message that is going to relate to work, and that is another message related to work and maybe finances, and that is kind of superior figure here. So it could be there is a message that is telling you something that affects this situation. Remember, there is sorrow no matter what from both sides, but the justice is going to be established in God's ways. He works in different ways, so sad. And we have here the nine of deniers. That is the line of promise. That is the 9 of pentacles. It seems to me, okay, seems to me that there is the person, one of the two people, they are very ambitious. They want power. They like power. They like possession. They like to be number one in the situation. And seems to me like it could be a message of traveling to some place for work that stops him, like here, I have to go. In that way, there is no resentments. Work is work, and there is a very easy way to escape of the situation. That comes to my mind. And here we have dig and need. I don't know if you can see it. I hope so. And here is like, there is a turning point, okay? And you have to try to do the best in when you don't have control here. But whatever is happening is going to like alleviates in some way what is the negative here, what happened, you know. If you take the good attitude in this, focus on what is good, know the damage that has been done, and see if you can repair that. That is taking kind of a very emotional trial. Is sometimes you're going to feel like that is very emotional, but you have to learn about this. But I believe the message of a travel, of a work outside is going to, something from a bigger figure is going to make you go out of the situation. It's kind of imposed by above. A boss of God, who knows? Take patience in the situation, and once you are clear and there is no more third parties in the situation, analyze how the situation is and if you can fix it. If it is worth it for you, if you want to fix it, and if you fix it, please do it with no resentment. Do it from the bottom of your heart with all the forgiveness. And I don't know, I hope it helps you, you know. Nobody's perfect, and forgive is one thing that we have to do. But we have to learn what was the cause for this situation to happen. My mentor in coaching, he always says that any slice, no matter what thin it is, always has two sides. And it's true.